Welcome to Daily English Dose Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is something we all hear about, but honestly, not everyone believes in: the power of positive thinking.
Yeah, some people think it's magic, others think it's nonsense.
Exactly. So today, we're going to break it down. Real talk, real life experiences, no fake motivation.
And maybe a few laughs along the way.
Definitely. Let's get into it. So, Aisha, let me start with this. What does positive thinking even mean? Like just smiling all the time?
No, not at all. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing how you respond to situations.
So it's more like mindset.
Exactly. For example, if something goes wrong, a negative thinker might say, "Why does this always happen to me?" But a positive thinker might say, "Okay, this is tough, but what can I learn from it?"
That sounds nice, but in real life, when problems hit, it's hard to think like that.
True. It's not easy. It's a habit you build over time.
Okay, let me share something personal. A few years ago, I lost my job suddenly.
Oh, wow. That must have been tough.
Very. At first, I was completely negative. I kept thinking, my life is over. I'm a failure.
That's a very natural reaction.
Yeah, but then one of my friends told me, maybe this is an opportunity. And I was like, opportunity? Are you serious?
I would have reacted the same way.
But slowly, I started thinking differently. I used that time to learn new skills, and eventually, I got a better job.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I guess positive thinking didn't change the situation instantly, but it changed how I handled it.
That's exactly the point. Your thoughts shape your actions.
Explain that a bit more.
Okay, simple example. If you think, "I can't do this," what happens?
You don't even try.
Exactly. But if you think, "This is hard, but I'll try," you take action.
So positive thinking leads to action, and action leads to results.
Yes, that's the chain.
So basically, if I think positively, I'll become rich.
No, Daniel, it's not a magic formula.
Ah, there goes my dream.
Positive thinking doesn't replace hard work, it supports it. Let me share a story. My cousin had a serious health issue a few years ago.
That sounds serious.
It was. The doctors gave her a long recovery time. At first, she was very depressed.
Understandable.
But then she made a decision. She said, "I will focus on getting better step by step."
That's powerful.
She started doing small things, eating healthy, light exercise, staying hopeful. It wasn't easy, but her mindset helped her stay consistent.
So positive thinking gave her strength.
Yes, it didn't cure her instantly, but it gave her the energy to keep going.
You know what I think? Some people misunderstand positive thinking.
How?
They think it means ignoring negative emotions.
That's a big mistake. You can feel sad, angry, or frustrated. Positive thinking doesn't mean suppressing emotions.
So it's okay to feel bad sometimes?
Of course, the key is not staying there forever.
Let's make this practical. Everyday situations.
Okay.
Traffic jam.
Negative, "This is the worst day ever." Positive, "Okay, I'll use this time to listen to something useful."
Nice. Next, failing an exam.
Negative, "I'm not smart." Positive, "I need a better strategy next time."
I like that. It feels more realistic. What about when someone eats your food?
That's serious.
Positive thinking?
Maybe I needed a diet anyway.
That's painful positivity. Okay, important question. How do we actually develop this mindset?
Good question. Here are a few simple ways. 1. Be aware of your thoughts. 2. Replace negative thoughts slowly. 3. Surround yourself with positive people. And 4. Practice gratitude.
Gratitude? Like saying thank you?
Yes, but deeper. Appreciating what you have. I used to complain a lot about small things.
Same here.
Then, one day, I met someone who had very little but was always happy.
That hits differently.
It made me realize how much I was taking for granted.
So, is there such a thing as too much positivity?
Yes, it's called toxic positivity.
What's that?
When people force positivity and ignore reality, like telling someone just be happy when they're struggling deeply.
Yeah, that can feel insensitive.
Take control forever.
So, what should someone say instead of just be happy?
Something like, I understand this is hard. I'm here for you. That's supportive and real.
That feels more human, not fake.
Yes. People don't need fake positivity. They need understanding first.
You know, I've noticed something. Sometimes the most negative voice is inside our own head.
That's so true. Our inner voice can either build us up or break us down.
Mine usually says things like, "You're not good enough."
Softly. And imagine hearing that every day. It affects your confidence.
So, how do we change that voice?
Start by noticing it, then question it. Ask yourself, is this really true?
Like challenging your own thoughts.
Exactly. Replace I can't do this with I'm learning how to do this.
Let's talk about surroundings. Do people around us affect our thinking?
A lot. If you're always around negative people, their mindset can influence you.
So, we should avoid negative people.
Not completely, but you should protect your energy. Spend more time with people who uplift you.
That makes sense. Energy is contagious. What about social media? It's full of perfect lives.
That's a big problem. People compare their real lives to someone else's highlight reel.
Yeah, and then feel bad about themselves.
Exactly. Positive thinking also means being aware of what you consume mentally.
So maybe less scrolling.
Or more mindful scrolling.
I feel like we always wait for big success to feel happy.
That's a mistake. Celebrate small wins.
Like what?
Waking up early, finishing a task, even staying calm in a stressful moment.
That actually feels motivating. You mentioned earlier that words matter.
Yes, the way you speak to yourself and others shapes reality.
Give me an example.
Instead of saying, I'm always unlucky, say, I've had some challenges, but I'm improving.
That sounds more hopeful. What about fear? Sometimes fear stops us completely.
Fear is natural. Positive thinking doesn't remove fear. It helps you move through it.
So courage is not the absence of fear.
Exactly. It's acting despite fear.
Do you think positive thinking can change someone's entire life?
Yes, because it affects decisions, habits, and relationships.
So it's like a domino effect.
Perfect way to describe it.
Have you ever seen someone completely transform because of mindset?
Yes, a friend of mine used to be very negative, always complaining.
We all know someone like that.
One day, he decided to change. He started journaling, practicing gratitude, and reading positive content.
Did it work?
Slowly, yes. Today, he's more confident and calm.
Let's be real. Sometimes it feels impossible to think positively.
That's okay. On those days, just focus on not thinking negatively.
That's interesting, like a middle ground.
Yes, neutral thinking is also powerful.
Can you give listeners something practical?
Sure, try this. When a negative thought comes, write it down. Then rewrite it in a balanced way.
Like,
I failed to I didn't succeed this time, but I can improve.
let's go deeper into gratitude.
Gratitude shifts focus from what's missing to what's present.
But what if life is really hard?
Even then, there's something. Health, a friend, a small moment of peace.
I think humor also helps.
Absolutely. Laughing reduces stress.
So watching funny videos is self-care?
Yes, scientifically approved.
You know, this conversation changed my perspective.
How so?
I used to think positive thinking was fake. Now I see it's practical.
That's a big shift.
If you're listening right now and going through something difficult,
Remember, you don't have to be positive all the time.
just take one small step.
One thought, one action, one moment at a time.
And maybe things will start to change.
Because when you change your thinking, you slowly change your life.
All right, that's all for today.
If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to share it.
And keep practicing positive thinking realistically.
See you in the next episode. Bye!